This is Chef One with Quarantine Cooking number 2. And remember, the basic premise of this whole show is that we are cooking with leftover food that our Canadian friends left us. I have pictures of the bag and the shrimp that our friends sent us, or left with us, and I peeled them and basically cut them up this afternoon. And so now we're ready to start doing throwing some stuff together. Remember, the basic idea here is John does not know what he's doing, and it could all turn out very poorly. Come on in here, camera lady, and zoom in on our fry pan, which we have lemon sauteing with garlic, onion, and some red pepper for some color. And I obviously don't know how to use this stove very well, and kind of playing it by ear, but I think that should be good enough to get us something to get started with. So I'm going to take that mixture and set it aside while we go ahead and fry up our little shrimp. These were not little shrimp to begin with. I don't know, I think our Canadian friends are richer than they're letting on, because if you remember the lamb chops, they were pretty darn thick and meaty, and the shrimp were pretty good size too. So I'm using a little bit of olive oil and a little bit more butter, and we'll do the shrimp. As I did my exhaustive research for this recipe, they said that shrimp fry up very, very quickly, as in 2 to 3 minutes is all you need. So it made my prep a little dicey. We shall see. Over here, the camera lady could zoom in on the pile of pasta that I had, and in that case, you'll notice, you good observers would notice that there's rotini and angel hair together, which my friend the pig boy just called and said that's violating several Levitical laws. But basically with quarantine cooking, we don't care. So you might take a shot right here of this, Darlene. That's the pile of shrimp. And as the pan is heating up, these babies were actually big enough that I decided to cut them in half. I tried butterflying them, but that was too much of a pain in the neck. And I also had to set some of the shrimp aside in a special little bowl for the camera lady, who said, why don't you make me some, but without garlic? And so, as much as that went against all of my exhaustive culinary training, I acquiesced, and there's some left that I will cook up for her after we get done with this. So I've got the shrimp in, and like I say, I really truly do not know what I'm doing on this. I'm going to let them cook here for a minute, and then I think I'm going to throw the rest of that stuff in to cook with the shrimp. And I don't know, I'm so ignorant of this, I'm going, I thought shrimp were supposed to be pink, or maybe they'll turn pink when they get fried up a little bit. I think I probably got the heat too high. That's one of the hallmarks of my cooking. If it's smoking, it's cooking. If it's black, it's done. All right, we're going to dump this in. That has the lemon, the pepper, the onion, and the garlic. And we're going to smush this stuff around a little bit. It looks pretty good, and it smells pretty good. Which, your safety tip of the day, and it could be disproven, is that if you can smell stuff, it probably means you don't have the coronavirus. And so I was pleased with that, because I can still smell how good this smells at the moment. All right, this would be the boring part of the video, where the guy's sitting here stirring the stuff, not knowing how long to cook it, but knowing that if it's shrimp that sat in the refrigerator for a couple of days, you better cook it enough, or you could be in a world of hurt later on. All right, we'll give it another minute or so here. I'm going to turn it up a notch, which might be a mistake. Now we're running into a theological and culinary question, which is, do I throw the pasta into the pot with this mixture, or keep them separate and just spoon this over it? And I think I'm going to err, probably it is an error, I'm going to err on the side of throwing the pasta in the pot with it and see what happens. Might have to do 2 batches, because I actually did this and found out that I don't have a pot that's quite big enough for all of this stuff. All right, come in and take a look here and see if you think this is done, Darlene, camera lady, who is the cook in our family, not me. You think they're done?
I don't know, because I haven't ever fixed shrimp.
Wow, that's a sad revelation right there. As much as we somewhat pride ourselves on being, we're not foodies, but we enjoy good food. Darlene, with her Alaskan background from commercial fishing, is a little bit, shall we say, not too terribly excited about most seafood from having done that as a kid. So, all right, I'm going to count to 30 on this and call it good. I think it's looking fairly well done. Turn this up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw in the pasta. And as I said, it's a combination of rotini and...
John,
what?
there is a bigger
No,
one.
it's fine. Like I say, this might be a mistake. I can hear it sizzling down underneath there. And it's probably too much here for me to get it to turn that well. But that's part of the joy of this whole thing, is we don't know if it's going to turn out or not. Oh, darn it.
Can you stop?
All right, you can come in and get a shot here. You got your nice big pieces of shrimp. You got a little bit of color from the red pepper. I think I got too much pasta in it. Oh well. I'm just hoping it's all coated fairly well. I'll actually do a serving here. They even have a garnish. Also, the other thing on cooking the pasta, I didn't know what I was doing on that. They keep mentioning this guy named Al Dente. I don't know who Al Dente is and what he's got to do with pasta, but anyway, I cooked it what I thought was long enough. Oh, almost got shrimp on the floor. Throw it back in because we're eating it. Okay, I'm going to call it good and say that is our dinner. Oh, now I have to do a presentation. We are going to use this bowl. Oh, darn it, I forgot an ingredient. This is supposed to go in it. Asparagus. Well, I guess the asparagus will be a little crispy in there then. I don't know, the raw asparagus may throw it off completely. Who knows? All right. Presto, changeo a few cherry tomatoes in there. Zoom in on that there, and that will be the finale of our quarantine cooking, quarantine cuisine number 2. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, or until somebody gives us some more food.